In general, when it comes to financing a multifamily versus having to qualify for a mortgage for a single family, how does that work? Like, what's the difference between qualifying for a mortgage with a multifamily versus single family?
Qualifying for the mortgage, there's still a lot of work involved. So if you do multifamily versus single family, you go from a 2 week to a 1 month qualification period to up to a 6 to 8 month qualification period. So it's not as easy, and it doesn't turn over as quickly because underwriting these big properties is a feat in itself. You have to have all the due diligence done in order for the application to be even looked at. And when we're looking at due diligence, you're looking at your appraisal, you're looking at your environmental study, you're looking at a BPCA, so basically an engineering report of the status of the building. You're looking at, if you're depending on what type of measures you're implementing. If you're doing MLI Select, then it might be energy efficiency. And then of course they want like 2 years of financials, rent rolls, and the price tag has to match the purchase price. Or the offer price, right? So and it's those two things are a little bit different in the sense where what the building is appraised at, the purchase price can't be too far off because someone has to pay the difference. And who pays the difference? The bank doesn't want to pay. You have to pay the difference. So if you overpay and there's a gap, then you're setting yourself up for a little more difficulty, because then what's your strategy to make up the difference, right? So buildings are appraised generally by income, and it's income-based valuation. So if your building is generating income to support the purchase price, then usually banks are, oh yeah, let's move ahead. So that's how the building qualifies for itself. All the due diligence checks, check. And then they look at the operators. Who are you? How much experience do you have? What's your net worth? Because they do want to know, like, let's say you can't pay the bill 1 month because of the income is interrupted for some reason. Can this group or this guy or this girl cover the tab? And so they do look at you, quite thoroughly.
Yeah.
But with MLI Select, what the advantage is that they'll often put a personal guarantee on the operators for the duration of time it takes you to prove that your obligations have been met. In the sense, if you're providing affordable, then once you've proven that your units are affordable and you're leaning that way for years to come, then they'll remove the personal guarantee. It's an insured product, so they don't have to carry your net worth as a guarantee anymore. So same thing with energy efficiency. If you're saying in 2 years I'll have this place humming at 40% reduced energy consumption, you provide them a certificate of completion of all those measures. They remove the personal guarantee. So it does qualify by itself, but it also helps that the operators are experienced. The operators also have a bit of net worth, but they'll also allow for new operators to come in. Like everybody has to start somewhere, right? So they do admit that, if the building is good, they'll take a chance on you. Like it's not automatic failure or like a refusal if you don't have any experience, because then it would favor only experienced people to
everybody has to start with one. And that was going to be my next question, Mel, is like, when you did your first multifamily, you had mentioned, okay, well, you didn't have this huge net worth, you owned a few duplexes, that kind of a thing. So, but you were still able to buy your first multifamily property.
Yeah. So our first was priced, it was 40 units priced at $3 million. They wanted like my firstborn child, my house, my car, everything I owned, my name, like my pension, everything as a personal guarantee at first. So it's very scary to sign that first offer. I remember signing it, and my wife was like giggling beside me because it was like excitement, fear, all mixed into one nervous bubble of energy. But it was also the origin point, right? How we started. And we had partnered at the time with Benoit Sorel, which is another one of the Ignited members that's launching the multifamily course with us. So and for him too, like it was, I think at the time, one of his biggest transactions. So so we all started kind of blooming at the same time. So
Yeah, that's amazing.